Hello there, gang, and welcome to Displaying Model Behaviour. There's a whole bunch of news out there, so let's talk about it.
Dark things called dark things.
There's a new trailer out for Hellboy the Crooked Man, the third iteration of Hellboy on the big screen in live action. Kind of crazy, we've had 3 different bites of the apple for this franchise, but we're getting another one, and this looks, as far as the trailer is concerned, it looks great, actually. Like, the aesthetic is there. The dude playing Hellboy, I like the fact that he's got a great Hellboy look, but he's not as huge and jacked up as, say, the previous one that the Stranger Things guy did. And I think people will always love Ron Perlman as Hellboy, and rightly so. He was absolutely fantastic. It's a bit of a cinematic tragedy that we never got part 3 of that franchise. But for a new beginning that looks like it's going to be very beholden to the source material and hopefully in a good way, I think Hellboy the Crooked Man, this could be a little sleeper hit. I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Still in control, no overwhelming feelings of rage.
No, a normal amount of rage.
Hot Toys are tackling another MCU product. This time it is She-Hulk from the much-loved Disney Plus show. That didn't divide audiences at all. In fact, I think it brought everyone together in their shared opinion of the product. Of course, that ain't true. But what I think we can actually all agree on is that Hot Toys have done a pretty good-looking job with this figure. They always do. This is exactly their wheelhouse, making 1/6 scale characters that just look that they've been plucked off the TV screen. And this one is no different. I think the facial likeness is absolutely fantastic. Whether you like the portrayal of the character or not, you can agree that this is a great representation. Also, for the Disney design, I liked the suit that they gave her. It was kind of classic, a modern version of a classic with the purple and the white and black. That looked cool, and they even gave a good origin story as to who made it and how we got it. Just a shame that they did make some creative choices that divided audiences. We'll go with that. Nonetheless, though, you can pick this one up probably in about a year's time, because there's normally a big lead time for Hot Toys. But yeah, this representation of She-Hulk, she looks pretty good. Super quick feature here, but Zesray Studios have put out just a couple of preview renders of their upcoming Land of Exile figures. So this is Zesray Studio, who make the amazing Combatants Fight for Glory figures. I got the Red Rhinotaur and the Gladiator lady from that line. Absolutely amazing. So the fact that they're now doing a post-apocalyptic, cyberpunky looking line, oh my goodness, sign me up. I can't wait to see more from this.
Let me tell you something, boys. The excellence of execution is on top. There's a new gun in town.
Valarverse have just revealed something really cool. I really like this. They are doing a pink version of their female Steel Battalion figure to help raise money for breast cancer awareness. That's awesome. I really like that. And honestly, the figure itself actually looks really cool. I'm always going to have a soft spot in my heart for pink stylings. Being raised a Bret the Hitman Hart fan, I just see that kind of aesthetic and I'm like, yeah. And pink's a badass color, man. So this looks really sweet. And I'm really excited to put this in the thumbnail, just because I know that without even watching the video, people will go, oh, Pink Steel Brigade. Thanks a lot, woke. Guarantee. It's kind of funny. It's like fishing. But yeah, this looks cool. I really like it, and it's for a good cause as well. So great work, guys. I just saw as I was editing this that Valarverse are also doing a pink version of their Vanguard vehicle as well. Okay, that's wicked. All right, the single figure was one thing, but being able to do this together as a set, you know what? If you're wearing bright neon pink and going into battle, that's a baller move right there. Yeah, I love this.
Ryan, go outside. Keep guard for Michael Myers. If it seemed like he dead, he ain't dead.
Trick or Treat Studios are giving us a Rob Zombie Michael Myers figure. This dude's going to be $180 and releasing around about November of this year. And I have a small love, massive hate relationship with the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. I hate his like just grimy, unpleasant nastiness of his movies, whereas Halloween was always more of an auteurs kind of horror movie. The two didn't go together. But one thing that I did like was just the physical appearance of Michael Myers. He's actually never looked more badass than in those Rob Zombie movies. It was just everything else. That was terrible. I think I extra hate it because I went to see that movie on a first date with my ex-wife. Luckily, we're still friends. Our friendship maintained. My feelings on that movie will always be a lot worse. But I remember halfway through the movie just thinking like, this is awful. This is a dubious start to this relationship. But hey, look. We're both happy now, but that movie, it didn't age well. But hey, if you're a fan of it, you can pick up an action figure for it as well. Folks, if you're watching this show, then you probably like action figures. If you don't, what are you doing here? Well, actually, chances are you were just watching Caravan of Garbage, and then that finished, and then it auto-played this. Hey, look, I gotta get those views somehow. But if you do love action figures, then you might want to go and check out Legendsverse.com. At first, I thought it was just a website for Marvel Legends. How wrong I was! Because they also have complete listings. Well, I say complete. They're always updating and improving and going back and cataloging. Nonetheless, they got G.I. Joe, they got Mafex, they got McFarlane, they got Select. If you want to catalog and categorize your action figures, there is no better place to do it. For me personally, the biggest problem I have is discovering new action figures that I didn't know I needed. But I've been going back into the Toy Biz archives and finding all these Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider figures that I didn't even know were created. And now I gotta hunt them down. I'm finding new grails every day, but you know what? I kind of love it too. And if you think you might as well, then go check out legendsverse.com. Link is in the description below.
Okay, everybody, here we are, finally.
Fresh Monkey Fiction are gearing up for the release of their Operation Monster Force line, just with another showcase they're going to show off here. I wanted to share the pretty pictures with you because it gets the blood pumping for what might be one of the best new toy lines of this year. So the official write-up here, it says, Operation Monster Force 1/12 scale action figures are set to arrive later this summer. I think with Comic-Con and pre-orders and everything else, summer is going to be an expensive time. Don't miss out on the Operation Monster Force Delta Red Urban Operations Trooper figure from Season 1. Get your pre-orders in now at Big Bad Toy Store. Hey, I know this isn't new news, but I like promoting things that look cool. And this, with the comic book that comes... I'm assuming a comic book comes with it, or is it a digital comic book? Nonetheless, you've got this mixed media, and I love that. This is basically supernatural G.I. Joes, and that's just perfect. That's my wheelhouse right there. I think this looks like so much fun.
It is an odd thing about death. When you are certain it is coming, you become impatient for its embrace.
Boss Fight Studios are showing off a new exclusive variant of their Red Sonja figure. Let me give you the info here. It says, have you secured the exclusive Red Sonja action figure yet? This 1/12 scale figure from Diamond Comics and Boss Fight Studio is inspired by the black, white, and red comics, featuring a unique grayscale deco and bright red blood splatters to match her hair. That's kind of cool. I love that popping style where it's just black and white but with, boom, a big sort of color splash. So this should be available September 25th and recommended retail price of $60. So it's a high-end 1/12 figure, but hey, you get what you pay for. She looks kind of pretty. Also, Beast Kingdom aren't done there. They're also doing a Snoopy as well. Same sort of style and proportion as the Powerpuff Girls. He's going to be $80 as well. And yeah, I got a lot of nostalgic love in my heart for Peanuts. And actually, Snoopy is surprisingly big in Japan. That like so many guests are walking through Universal Studios wearing their Snoopy ears. It's kind of the Universal equivalent of Mickey Mouse, I guess. They can't do Mickey ears, so all the girls are walking around with these cute Snoopy ears. Adorable. And this figure's kind of adorable too. So yeah, once again, you can pick him up over at the Beast Kingdom website.
Ladies and gentlemen, Garfield and friends.
Boss Fight Studios are doing a range of Garfield figures. Apparently the first ever Garfield action figures. I find that hard to believe, but I'm sure it's true. But I guess it depends on where you draw the line at what constitutes an action figure. I guess Garfield is always squishy toys, so that does make sense. And for this first wave, we're getting Garfield, Odie, and Nermal. And they actually look terrific. I loved all the different accessories they come with. Garfield with his lasagna, and is the bear called Pookie? I forget. But nonetheless, I got a big soft spot in my heart for Garfield, and these look like beautiful three-dimensional representations of these 2D characters. So I'd imagine we've got to get a John Arbuckle at some point as well. So this is a really promising start to a good-looking line, and it's only listed for me, all my prices are in yen on this computer, 4,100 yen, which is like $20 each. So it's not a bad price either. This is a good start. Well done, Boss Fight Studios.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Now this is a bit unusual. Beast Kingdom are doing what I guess you could argue are life-size Powerpuff Girls. I mean, that is kind of the size and scale of them, isn't it? I mean, I've never watched Powerpuff Girls. I was a grown-ass man by the time that show came out. Then again, that never stopped me from watching kids' cartoons, so that's no excuse. But these kind of a weird, adorable, cute little curiosity, I suppose. You'd have to be a definite superfan, because they're $80 a piece, but it's a big, hefty chunk of plastic you get for your money, so I don't know, for all you hardcore Powerpuff Girls, girl fans out there, and you hardcore Powerpuff Girls as well. For the ladies watching, even though my channel demographics tell me that that's very, very few. But there are a few. If you want to pick these up, then you can go to the official shop for Boss Fight Studios. Sorry, not Boss Fight, I was talking about them before. Beast Kingdom. And you can place your orders. They should be shipping around about December. To Machinations, SH Figuarts have shown off the start of their My Hero Academia line. We're getting Izuku Midoriya. I have never watched My Hero Academia, although I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. So if you're a fan, then this has got to make you happy, because SH Figuarts, they bring the heat with every line that they cover. Occasionally, doing a few sneaky little tactics like throwing extra parts for one character in with another. Not a big fan of that, but nonetheless, the standalone figures, they always look terrific.
Solid work, team. See you on the ground.
Now, you know me, I don't normally cover statues on this channel, but occasionally there's a couple of gems. And one in particular is this Cyclops from Diamond Select. One of the reasons I like it is, of course, because it's classic 90s Jim Lee Cyclops. That's going to go a long way with me. But also, it's more of a budget statue, which I appreciate. This is going to be $60, which, don't get me wrong, it's still a big whack of money. But for a 10-inch statue, it's not a bad deal. So this is from Diamond Select, and they do make good quality statues. So I'm liking what I'm seeing here. And if you do as well, then you can click on the link in the Model Behaviour Facebook group. Wasn't too sure where that sentence was going. And you can find where to order it directly from Diamond Select.
We call ourselves Venom.
2 pieces of statue news in one episode? Oh yeah. It's a slow news week, but even on a busy news week, I would have included this one regardless, because it's a giant gorilla-armed Venom statue from Sideshow Collectibles. This, I saw a picture of it, a buddy of mine sent it to me, friend of the show, Koza, and he was like, dude, have you seen this? And I'm like, well, now I have. I love this look for Venom. I think it's a little bit based off the Matt Gargan Venom because he's just so monstrous, but the huge gorilla arms, they just look wicked. Then with the glossy paint job, chef's kiss. This is a bit more expensive than the Cyclops though. This dude's going to be about $250, give or take, but he's going to be 8 inches tall, but you can see he's more wide than he is tall. It's a lot of fun stuff there. So yeah, a bit of a weird curiosity, but I really love the aesthetic of this. Today, Artist Ali is going to check out the work of Gwenaëlle Delgo. I hope that's how you pronounce her name. No disrespect intended. If I completely butchered it, I sincerely apologize. Especially because she's creating such awesome looking artwork. I love the very 90s, kind of J. Scott Campbell, cheesecakey kind of vibe. Takes me back to my formative teenage years where I would see these kinds of front covers and be like, ooh. I gotta go pick this up and feel a little bit sheepish when I'm paying for it. But yeah, I love this kind of stuff, and if you do too, then go check her out on Instagram. Today's cosplay cover artist is Crystal over at Instagram. Go check her out. One thing I really dig is the amount of video game style cosplay. When you got someone doing a sexy Sonic the Hedgehog, yeah, okay, that's worth a click and a follow from me. And then with all the other ones that she's doing as well, it's a really fun page with some really creative cosplays. Go check her out. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. Thank you so much for watching. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below. Let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond in supporting the channel, then you can do by joining the channel members section. If you do that, then you can watch this while I film it live. You can chime in with the chat, be a part of the creative process that makes these videos, just like the folks who were kind enough to ask me some specific questions, which I'll get to right now. Okay, so real talk. I forgot to film my answers to any of the questions before I packed up my entire filming setup. So luckily there weren't any specific questions, but if you want to ask some, then you can do by becoming a channel member and watching me film this live. And then I'll try to remember to film my answers to the questions when I still have my whole setup set up. This time, swing and a miss. But next time your boy's gonna nail it. So guys, thank you so much for watching Displaying Model Behaviour. Thank you so much for the channel members for helping to support this show and give me the chance to get more episodes out more frequently. And until next time, keep displaying model behaviour.
Coffee, big time.